Hi guys, I hope you're having a fabulous day. Today's video is just going to be a book review type video. I'm actually still reading the book, so that's kind of what makes this review a little bit special, but I was just so excited about this book, and I feel like me not telling people is kind of a disservice almost because it is that good. So let's just jump right into it. Sorry, I'm getting a little bit warm. You can't keep up with this fall weather up in PA, guys, really. All right, so this is the book. It is called Breaking Anxiety's Grip: How to Reclaim the Peace God Promises. Like I just said, this book is absolutely amazing, and you can tell I'm not even that far into it yet. And I don't usually share books until I'm done with them, or like what I'm reading Wednesday type video. Like that's a little bit different, just books that I'm reading. But this book, like I said, is just really different. So I really feel like, first of all, it's important to point out that anxiety is one of the most prevalent mental health illnesses in America, which might shock you. Most Americans either deal with fear, anxiety, worry, or stress on a daily basis. It is an epidemic, really. One that we just don't talk about because we're afraid, honestly, to talk about it. And many chronic illness warriors, I want to say half or more, I couldn't find the statistic. When you need it, you can't find it. So most of us deal with some sort of mental health issue, but we don't really want to talk about it because we feel like people aren't going to take our physical disability as serious, or we're going to be viewed as weak. And even like this is obviously, I don't want to say obviously, but it is a Christian book. I mean, obviously with the word God in the title, kind of gives it away. But in the Christian realm, it can be really hard for Christians to admit that they're dealing with anxiety because they feel like, oh my goodness, this means that my faith isn't strong enough. And you know what? That is a lie. It is just so not true. Everybody deals with fear on a different level. So this book, though, is super unique because Dr. Michelle shares her perspective as a mental health care provider, but also as an individual who struggles with anxiety. So I've also been able to study psychology and counseling a little bit in school, which has just been a huge blessing just in my own ministry, just to be able to minister to others more effectively, understanding, and even in my friendships, I feel like just knowing some of the psychology and how different things work. And I really love that she brings that into the book because I have been missing it a little bit, not being in school. Reading this type of stuff is just really nice. And she blends, like I was saying, the psychology and the biblical principles just so beautifully. So this book really challenges you to grow closer to the Lord. And additionally, it helps you to practically overcome anxiety. It's not like, I don't know, like other books just don't really give you like practical Christian biblical steps. I really like that she does. And I really love at the end of every chapter, there are questions that allow you to dig deeper. And she really does have you, get out your Bible. She has a prayer. And what I thought was super unique is she has a list of songs at the end of each chapter too. So I just want to share a little bit about how this book came into my life and why I'm kind of, sharing it right now with you all. So the Lord knew I was going to need this book. A beloved friend of mine had asked when I had liked something on Instagram of hers if I was going to be reading the book or on the lunch team. I hadn't really given it much thought, honestly, because I was pretty consumed with my health and online Bible study, just preparing for the study that we're doing now. Psalms 23, and link in the description if you want to check that out. So I hadn't given it much thought, but I thought, I'm not able to attend school this semester, so maybe it would be a good idea, to check out the book. I figured, it would be a tool I could use in ministry. I had been doing well at the moment, with my very mild anxiety disorder, which I've had, I pretty much say since birth, because I was a pretty anxious kid, to be perfectly honest. You could make me cry fairly easily and scare me pretty easily as well. So I just assumed, the Lord was going to use this book to bless somebody else in my life. except for the day that it arrived at my doorstep, I began experiencing intense anxiety again. It was like the Lord knew in this season that I was going to have to battle more anxiety than I was used to dealing with, and I was going to need some help and some guidance to walk through it. I later did find out that my vitamin D is borderline critically low, which does cause mental health issues. So anybody out there suffering with anxiety or depression, make sure your vitamin levels are good as well, because our vitamins, contribute to so much. So I've just had, like I said, a lot of new symptoms that I'm trying to manage, different pain levels that I'm trying to manage that I don't have traditional pain management on board at the moment. We're working on that. And just so many appointments, and then I've had insurance issues and just all the stuff. And then on top of that, just life. Somebody in the family did pass away recently. I'm not going to go into it though, because I just feel out of respect for my family that I'm not going to. So it's just been a lot of stuff obviously going on, and even just Abby's infection stressed me out, to be perfectly honest. So I just really want to leave you guys with a few other words, and then we'll close this video out. All right, so peace comes from living in the present and remembering what has already been accomplished in the past to assure us of our future, which is just one of the quotes that really stuck out to me, because Christ sacrificed so much so that we could live abundantly. It's just such a beautiful and amazing gift that we can't fully comprehend, really. So this book is already, like I said, and as you can tell, having an amazing positive impact on my life. And like I showed you guys, I'm barely halfway through. I've been having problems with reading, so reading this book is going slower, like reading most books at this moment. So I really encourage y'all to check it out. Like I said, so many people deal with anxiety, stress, and just mental health issues in general. I do think it is a wonderful tool. And I really encourage you, share this video and this book with a loved one who's battling anxiety. You never know, it could change somebody's life. Be sure to check out the description for lots of helpful links. See you guys soon. Bye.